Okay, this is kind of quasi the front of the house. Some of the roof decking right there is coming. A lot of fresh paint, if you will. This is the west side of the bedroom additions, and we got a pit bull over there, and those bushes are touching. Got a pit bull over there. I'm not going to spend a lot of time inside those bushes. I wouldn't have, regardless. These are wood frame single pane windows. We're missing a pane right there. Screens are all pretty much shot. This is wood to ground contact, and this is going to be on the wood destroying insect report. This is the way they built these houses back in the 30s. That's by design. Not a lot's going to be done about that. Sometimes people come in and they add a little metal flashing around the bottom, but the wood's still behind that flashing. They just do that so they can get a VA loan. Just again, an exercise of just lying. So it's actually probably better without the metal flashing because it doesn't hold moisture in that wood, and at least lets it dry out. We should have kick-out flashing. This was mentioned on the roof inspection report. We have gable vents. Gable vents. When we come over here, these are single pane aluminum frame windows. And of course the screens. We're still along the south side. We're moving around towards the front. I mean, I said the front, but this is like facing the house. So this is on the south side. This is where gas at one time had entered the structure. Cracking and peeling paint. There's some lead-based paint concerns here. It should all be raked and cleaned. Okay, at one time, I think there's still an indoor air handler. We haven't been in the attic yet, but that's the drain lines for the air conditioning system and the secondary emergency drain line. And yes, you can bring the primary out, but it's not supposed to discharge in a place close enough to the structure, or any structure for that matter, to be a nuisance. And that would be. And then the secondary drain line, whichever one that is, it's supposed to discharge above a window, so you can look out the window and you have an indication that something's going wrong. Whereas discharges right now, currently, where it's discharging, if it was to discharge, no one would have a clue that they had a problem. No one would have a clue. Okay, this is the south side. We're moving around here. These bushes next to the house. We got some negative drainage right here in this corner. Both of these corners, actually. It looks like this used to be a duplex at one time. This handrail just doesn't cut it. I'm sorry. It's broken. Moving on along. Again, negative drainage. Oh, here we go. This is the water meter. Water meter to the house. Down in the sidewalk, and inside the dial. Inside here, that little sprocket, that's called a cheater wheel or a cheater paddle. It's actually a flow indicator. And if it's very sensitive. And if that's moving, you've got a water leak someplace. And if you can't see it, it's someplace that you can't see. So, and right now, that's the only way to turn the water off to the house, is that little valve right in there. I don't know if you can see that very well. That's the only way to turn the water off to the house that I can find so far. Reserve the right to change my mind. Why won't you fit? There we go. Negative drainage right in here. This is the front faucet. I haven't found a back faucet yet. It's supported. It should be insulated, and it doesn't have a vacuum breaker. It doesn't have a vacuum breaker. It's supposed to have a vacuum breaker. How much pressure do we got here? Almost 80. That's the maximum, but it's not too much. Almost 80. It's supposed to be between 40 and 80. Look at that. Okay, that's the south side of the house. Now we're moving along the north side, and again, wood to ground contact. Wood to ground contact, single pane aluminum. These are double pane, excuse me, aluminum frame. You get some single pane over yonder. We'll catch that on the inside tour. This is the bathroom window. It's been painted shut, obviously. There's a high pressure sodium lamp right there. It's broken. I don't even know if that works. Some of your siding's coming loose over here. This laundry kick out, that's an addition. This bedroom area, even though it looks the same, that was an addition. Even though the wood looks the same, this wood looks the same. I bought that. Got negative drainage along the south side of the north side of the laundry. There's your closed dryer vent. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. These steps are rotating in towards the house from the negative drainage. And then these steps aren't dimensionally uniform. It's going to be hard to get that, I understand, but they're not. And we got wood damage here in the frame. And by the way, this frame feels soft underfoot. You can see it move. Negative drainage. This is an old refrigerant piping. This is the old electric service disconnect. It should have a protective cover so people can't reach in there and grab a good dose of electricity. It should. Tree shouldn't be any closer than 25 feet to the house. I know it's pretty. Everybody wants it. I get that. Coming along, this is the electric service panel. It's above grade. The drip loop looks okay. The service drop, that's the cable that comes from the pole into the house. Okay, some trees are starting to touch it over there. I don't know if you can see that real good. You're probably alright for a couple weeks till closing. That tree's going to keep growing. It will, I promise you. And those branches are going to keep touching that cable, that service drop. This is your electric meter. This is your electric service panel, load center, breaker box, call it what you will. It should be sealed. Both of these boxes should be sealed on the sides and the tops to keep water from getting down in there and wrecking your walls. This old wood right here. That's how you get termites right there. Sometimes snakes. We have an open knockout in the bottom of this panel. Wonder who that is. The bonding location should be labeled in here, which it's not. You should have little protective rubber boots on these. If you don't know that's hot, you don't belong in this box. This is number 1 stranded cable. It'll handle about 125 amps, and that's what you have, is 125 amps. And going larger is probably not an option. This breaker, I traced it back. It goes over here to this disconnect that's been decommissioned. But we should have the bonding location in here. We should also have see that ground and that neutral right there. The neutral is white and the ground is bare, and they're not supposed to be doubled. You can put them together. See, those two are together on the same bus bar, but you can't double them like that. That being, it's the white wire. You can double the ground wires, so there's plenty of room. They could just double the grounds all day long, but no, they doubled the white one. Then we got white hots. That should be reactive black tape. If you don't know that's hot, you don't belong in here. And then the box is installed on the wall with sheetrock screws. They're fast and tight, I get that, but they're brittle. And you know, a lag bolt or nails would have been better to hold it in place. If this structure was to experience a tornado, for example, this box would stand a much better chance of staying in place if it had been properly fastened to the wall, which it wasn't. Wood to ground, single pane aluminum frame. Got a little bit of wood rot right here on the vertical wall trim. Well, I guess the dog got tired of me. We got debris in here, bushes. The dog got tired of me. That's the exterior tour, which included the electric load center, service panel, breaker box.